She's one of the most celebrated artists on the planet, adored by millions, and envied by those who can only dream of her success. But rumors now claim that beneath the glitz and glam, Beyoncé may be quietly planning her biggest move yet, one that could break every tie she's ever known. Is she truly on the edge of a total life upheaval, or is it all just wild gossip swirling in the shadows of the internet? Stick around, because what you hear next may change everything you thought you knew. Long before she became the cultural juggernaut we see today, Beyoncé was simply a Houston teenager trying to find her voice. From talent shows to the early days of Destiny's Child, her focus was razor-sharp. Sing better, dance harder, and outshine every competitor. Even back then, whispers hinted she was being pushed to her limits by a force she couldn't fully control, her own team, and especially her mother, Tina Knowles. Destiny's Child formed the backdrop of her youth. With each hit album, another layer of expectation coated Beyoncé's life. She was taught never to slow down, never to settle. Fans saw pure determination, but some say cracks were already forming. The constant demand for perfection can leave scars nobody sees until it's too late. And if the stories are true, those scars might still be hidden, fueling her desperation to escape even now. But that was just the start of the story. If you think her grueling childhood schedule was intense, you won't believe what allegedly happened once she grew older. During Destiny's Child's peak, rumors swirled about internal disputes, favoritism, and power struggles. Fingers often pointed to Tina Knowles. Some have claimed Tina orchestrated everything from wardrobe choices to how much sunlight each group member was allowed, just so Beyoncé stood out. Allegedly, darker-skinned group members were told to sunbathe, while Beyoncé was encouraged to stay out of the sun. All these moves seemingly boosted her visibility, but they also made the group dynamic uneasy. As the unofficial matriarch of Destiny's Child, Tina wasn't merely a supportive parent. She was a strategic manager, rumored to be so laser-focused on Beyoncé's image that nothing else mattered. Other members came and went, fueling speculation about rifts caused by controlling behavior. The more success they found, the fiercer the environment became. If sources are to be believed, Beyoncé was no exception to this relentless push. She, too, felt the pressure to be perfect, a swirling storm of rehearsal demands, strict diets, and near-impossible public expectations. Over time, these tensions may have laid the foundation for the mental and emotional burdens she still carries. But while the group soared, a darker plan was taking shape in the background. In the early 2000s, fans watched with fascination as a young Beyoncé seemed to fall in love with Jay-Z, a seasoned rap mogul. Their chemistry on hit collabs was undeniable, and the music world hailed them as the pinnacle of power couple magic. But behind the big smiles and chart-topping singles, there might have been a completely different story unfolding. Some insiders claim Beyoncé never wanted a relationship with Jay-Z in the first place. She was just barely out of her teens when she caught his eye. He was more than a decade older, with a history that would send most fresh-faced talents running for the hills. Yet if these rumors hold any truth, Tina Knowles pushed her daughter to see Jay-Z as both a secure mentor and a brilliant business move. Allegedly, Tina was so focused on empire building that she convinced Beyoncé to overlook any red flags. She insisted that merging with a megastar like Jay-Z would make her career untouchable. To the public, it was a dream romance. In private, it was a constant negotiation of power, overshadowed by the fear that Beyoncé might one day realize she'd never truly chosen this life for herself. But that wasn't the whole story. Even if the marriage began with doubts, the mounting rumors about what happened afterward are even more stunning. Being a global superstar often comes with big paydays and even bigger money problems. When the IRS reportedly accused Beyoncé of owing millions in back taxes, fans were caught off guard. How could someone who sold out stadiums and broken sales records be facing that kind of trouble? The official court filings painted a stark picture of unreported income and disputes over deductions. While Beyoncé's legal team confidently contested the claims, it sparked a wave of speculation. Are her finances actually more fragile than we think? Insiders whisper she's been spending more than she's earning, especially since her massive shows demand intricate sets, elaborate costumes, and small army of dancers. Add high-profile residencies, limited edition merchandise, and charitable projects, and you might see how funds can slip away faster than they're replaced. Yet the looming financial strain hasn't stopped Beyoncé from branching out. Perfumes, whiskey lines, haircare products, brand endorsements, the list is endless. Could she be desperately trying to meet a specific financial goal before she bails on the entire industry? Judging by the rumors, she may have one eye on her next entrepreneurial move and the other on the nearest exit. But financial stress is only one part of the storm. What's worse is the grueling pace she's forced to maintain to keep her empire afloat. A double album release, multiple tours, one seemingly right after another, an impending new album, plus surprise business drops. Wherever you turn, there's news of Beyoncé unveiling another massive project. She's unstoppable, or so it appears on the surface. Dig deeper, and you might find a woman who's emotionally, physically, and mentally exhausted. Some say she doesn't even want to be on these tours. Every night on stage is another performance she's contractually bound to give, while she secretly counts down the days to some elusive freedom. Allegedly, she's working like a person possessed because her family and team won't let her rest. They've invested too much in her success, they say, to let her stop now. And it's not just about generating income for her label. According to whispers in the industry, Beyoncé may be driven by a private plan to hit a certain net worth number. Once that magic figure glows in her bank account, she'll be able to break away from every controlling influence, her mother, her husband, and the high-stakes world they built around her. The faster she works, the sooner that day can come. But if you think that's the peak of the drama, hold on. Because even in her personal security detail, there might be a clue as to how she really intends to escape. For years, fans have joked about Beyoncé's loyal bodyguard, Julius, who's seemingly always by her side. But lately, the jokes have morphed into serious suspicions that their relationship goes beyond professional. Pictures have emerged where Julius appears to have lipstick smudges after stepping off an elevator, trailing directly behind Beyoncé. The tabloid chatter soared, especially when Jay-Z reportedly tried, and failed, to get Julius fired. The biggest twist: some believe Julius is the key to Beyoncé's grand escape. Speculation runs wild that she's leaning on him for emotional support in ways her husband can't fathom. They trust each other. She feels safe around him, more so than around her own family. And if the talk is true, they're planning a getaway that will leave the entire industry reeling. One viral rumor even suggested that at a recent awards show, Julius was keeping an extra close eye on her, as though someone high up worried she might slip out a back door and never return. It's an odd image, one of the world's most famous women trying to bolt when everyone's least expecting it. But is it really that far-fetched? The truth might be more complicated than any gossip blog can capture. And the marriage cracks we've all glimpsed could be the final straw for Beyoncé's mental health. Remember the infamous elevator incident with Solange? That moment wasn't just a glitzy scuffle swept under the red carpet. To many, it signified deeper turmoil in Beyoncé's marriage. Solange lashed out at Jay-Z for reasons never fully explained, but fans have long suspected it was over infidelity. Then there's the Becky with the good hair saga that rocked the Bayhive, fueling allegations Jay-Z couldn't keep his eyes from wandering. Each time a rumor surfaces about him stepping out, we see Beyoncé respond with cryptic lyrics and pointed performances. But behind all the glam, some say she's had enough. There's only so much heartbreak a person can handle, especially when every move is dissected by paparazzi and fans alike. In recent public appearances, critics note a distinct chill between them. Beyoncé rarely leans into Jay-Z, rarely shares that electric spark they once displayed. It's as though their partnership is now strictly business. Could it be that she's checked out emotionally? Maybe the unstoppable queen is simply done playing the role of a devoted wife. But what happens next might be the real story. If she's truly planning to vanish from the spotlight, can anyone, Tina, Jay-Z, or the entire music industry, stop her? So here we are at the precipice of a question so massive it almost feels unreal. Is Beyoncé, the global icon and visionary performer, about to throw in the towel on everything we've ever known her for? According to rumors, she's depressed, overworked, and cornered by the people who claim to love her. She's allegedly plotting an exit so irreversible, the entertainment world will spin off its axis when she finally makes her move. For a woman who's mastered the art of controlling her narrative, this is a story that refuses to stay hidden. There are too many puzzle pieces to ignore: money woes, forced relationships, secret real estate deals, and a loyal bodyguard who might just be her ticket to freedom. Tina Knowles herself is said to be part of the reason Beyoncé feels caged. Jay-Z's rumored infidelities and controlling ways might be the other half of the puzzle. Could Beyoncé be days, weeks, or months away from slipping off to private paradise, leaving behind a family empire she never asked for? Or is it all a kaleidoscope of half-truths fueling the internet's appetite for scandal? One thing's certain, her fans aren't letting these stories fade anytime soon, and the more they dig, the more explosive details emerge. So what do you believe? Is Queen Bey truly done playing the industry's game? Has she spent years stacking her chips for the ultimate act of liberation? Or is she simply weathering another wave of outlandish gossip, preparing to prove everyone wrong once again? The clock is ticking, and if these rumors hold any weight, everything we've known about Beyoncé's life could soon change forever. And on that note, controversial, shocking, and entirely up to you to decide. Maybe she'll vanish from the public eye, or maybe she'll drop another surprise album tomorrow. Until she makes her next move, the world can only watch, speculate, and wait for the moment that might rewrite pop history.